Good evening, gamer boys and girls. This is Torrance Hud Xero, the old school gamer, of course, the Iron Heart of Xbox, and welcome to the first episode ever of Xero Marx the Spot, the podcast where we talk about gaming and, of course, the gamer and of the industry as a whole. This is all opinion based. There is no news whatsoever. This is all very intimate and also collective. Feedback of anything is always appreciated. Please, also, if you want to support my channel, please leave a donation at patreon.com/gamersplay. Leave a pledge. The pledges will help me grow my channel. All the money that proceeds goes back into my channel. It will help it grow. I can build on making new giveaways and events. Also, my content will be better. I can upgrade my venue. There's a lot of things I can do. And I, believe it or not, I have great ideas. But of course, I do need help. I can only do but so much. So let's get right down to brass tacks. The Xbox. What is Xbox? Xbox used to be a powerhouse. It was all about hardcore gamers. It had an amazing platform with amazing, great exclusives. Basically, a lot of the games pretty much outshined everything that was out. It had a powerhouse game in Halo. Halo was like the game to actually have it reinvigorated and also defined the first-person shooter on console by implementing a control scheme that made it very easy to play first-person shooter on the console. Because everyone was so used to keyboard and mouse, but they made it work for the control. And the graphics were nothing to sneeze at. Great story with Master Chief. And of course, there was a few great devs on board. Some companies such as Tecmo and with Team Ninja. They created some amazing games for the OG Xbox, such as Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive 3, which was the first two games that games was developed for it. And of course, there was Deception that came out later on. There was a few other companies as well, such as Sega, who jumped on, was pretty much one of the first ones that jumped on board with the games such as Jet Set Radio Future, Sega GT 2002, Gun Valkyrie, Panzer Dragoon Orta, and of course they also collaborated with companies such as From Software and developed by Sega, Otogi and Otogi 2. There's a few others like Crazy Taxi 3 as well, and Ninja Theory was another company that started off with Xbox with a game called Ninja Kung Fu Chaos. I'm sorry, Kung Fu Chaos was the game. It was a weird, funky, like almost looked like a melee combat, funky game. Which is funny too because Bleeding Edge, which is a new game coming out for the Xbox One by Digitheory, it's a combat, melee combat type of game. Also, it's not platform. It's almost like a platform. It's pretty much a 4v4 melee combat type of game. And Kung Fu Chaos was more like a 4-player platform combat type of game. It's pretty ironic, pretty weird, pretty ironic, but that's some fun facts for you. Long story short, Xbox had a lot going for it. It had its fan base. It was all hardcore, but of course they wanted to expand. I completely understand why they wanted to, because Sony's PlayStation 2 was dominating the market. Almost 100 plus million consoles worldwide, and right now the PlayStation 4 pretty much almost surpassed the PlayStation 2 when it comes to sales in a 4 to 5 year span. And 360 was their next plan. And Xbox Live was also implemented too. They had a growing base of Xbox Live players. Some great online multiplayer games such as Crimson Skies, Revolt, their football, NFL Fever, and their basketball as well. What's another one I actually had online? Halo 2, which was their biggest online game. And they included Dead or Alive Ultimate, which was also online, an online combat multiplayer fighting game. And of course the Xbox Live Arcade. It was actually created there, and it was a great idea because they actually had Bejeweled and a few other games too. So, long story short, they started to think about the future of entertainment going into with 360. So they actually had the Xbox Live already in mind when they built the 360. It didn't have any memory cards. It didn't have any. Actually, matter of fact, no, I'm sorry. It did have memory card. It had, a detachable hard drive. I forgot about the internal hard drive that Xbox did have. There's a lot of great features that the Xbox did have, and they pretty much took it away when the 360 came about. A more streamlined. Everyone liked the blades. I remember the blades. The blades were great. Everyone said, why did you take away the blades? The blades, it was a fast UI. It got you from point A to point B. It made things simple. You just went to what blade you wanted to go to. It was cool, but the backgrounds changed as you changed the blades. That was cool. The ability to download, to rip music off of your music CDs, and you can be able to listen to those music CDs on your dashboard or when you're playing your games. It plays in the background with no interruption, and that also was a cool feature. The lineup of exclusive games were great. Rare had some great games with Cameo and of course Perfect Dark Xero. They actually they put some great efforts into bringing some great first-party games to the Xbox platform. Peter Moore knew what he was doing. He is an idol when it comes to the marketing side, which is another problem that I'm actually going to get into in a little bit. But they had everything going well for it. What happened? Well, I can tell you several things. Let's talk about Xbox One as a whole. Xbox One right now had a weird identity crisis happened just after 2013 when it was revealed. I believe it was in May of 2013, the year that it was supposed to launch. Right? They had an idea, and not a lot of people knew exactly what the new Xbox was going to be. People were thinking about the name, thinking about the power. They didn't know what it was going to implement. Nothing. No one knew about if they had a Connect or anything like that. Nobody knew about this stuff. What happened? Well, you can thank Don Matrick. Don Matrick pretty much had that huge high when it boils down to the Kinect, the success of the Kinect on the 360. They said, okay, well, let's implement the Kinect into the new UI. Okay, and of course everyone was talking about digital. They said that digital sales were going to be on the up and up, and they wanted to get their head start. They wanted to jump into digital marketing, digital gaming, and they knew it was going to take off. So they actually preemptively said, okay, well, people like physical media, so let's get them accustomed to it by actually getting the disc and downloading the data from the Microsoft the marketplace, get a digital key, and be able to play the games directly from your Xbox without having to put the disc in ever again. It sounds good on paper, but digital rights management is what got involved, and not a lot of people like digital rights management. Why? Because they're afraid that if the servers go down, if everything goes out of whack, and nobody has access to anything, people are afraid they're going to lose all of their games, they're going to lose all of their data, they're going to lose all of their saves, everything is going to be gone. And then, of course, you got to think about the collectors. People like physical media. People like to collect. No one wants to sit around with these discs, and they can't use them ever again. No one likes it. Even worse, they were mentioning something. I think it was like around E3. They were mentioning about, oh well, you won't be able to trade your games in unless you forfeit the digital rights and give them to another person. In other words, you can only say, okay, well, how many friends? I think they said 10 people, 10 friends or something like that. You could be able to give your game, the rights to your game, to 10 other people, and they'll be able to play your game. And then after that, if they don't have access to the game again, they have to pay for the game. Nobody liked that either. And of course, then there's the always on, and the inability to remove the Kinect, which what they were saying, and everyone knew it was a lie. And that the fact that you said, oh yeah, well, the Kinect can't be attached now, that was a lie. They removed the Kinect after all the backlash. And then of course, before Phil Spencer took over, Don Matrick pinned himself to a wall when they said, when they were talking about the online, always online, they said, well, there is a console for you, it's the Xbox 360. That was a slap in the face, and I didn't like it either. I said, what is he thinking? Who are you talking to like that? Your consumer base, the ones who actually spends all that money. And the fact that you were abandoning, I'm trying to speak here, abandoning the base that made you who you are, that made your brand. Your brand would not exist without the millions of Xbox players, Xbox fans, those who actually decided to get Xbox Live, those who actually have a gamer tag, those who actually played Halo until the servers went down. That is your base. And of course, Don Matrick at that time just said, screw you. We are trying to get a new market. Oh, well, see, that's where the problems actually occurred because first that was the first strike. Okay, that's the second strike. The first strike was the fact that they put the concentration on not games. They only show like what, 1 or 2. We're talking about TV shows. You'd be able to use your Kinect so you can turn on your Xbox. You could be able to change channels through the Kinect, and you could be able to go to your favorite sports and actually record a sport. No one cares about that. Yeah, it's a nice little extra, but you know what? They should have narrowed that down to like five, maybe 10 minutes. No, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, explain all that, move on, go to the games. But no. They wanted to wait until E3. But you know what? That was a little too late. Because during the Sony presser, they mentioned the power. They mentioned the power of the PlayStation 4, and it spanked the Xbox One. The games, they would put the concentration on games, and the thing is that they were taking a few pages out of the Xbox 360's playbook. That was Robbie Barr and Jay Allard and Peter Moore, the trio of geniuses that made Xbox 360 out of the gate become a relevant console in the race. Sony paid very close attention to that because obviously everyone knew that Sony and the PlayStation 3 had a bad rep with a difficult to program for cell processor and an expensive price tag, and it put them in a tizzy. Especially when it comes down to it. They had some great games, don't get me wrong. The PlayStation 3 did. But when it boiled down to Xbox 360 and the friendly programming that the console did, there you go. So, anyways, let's get back to what is seriously wrong. So I think there's a couple of things. There's a couple of things that you have to consider. Not only the disastrous E3, but the fact that they were changing hands of management. It really was rapid too. It was very fast. I mean, you had Rory, Don Matrix stepped down, and then Phil Spencer stepped in. Phil Spencer was pretty much, trying to take care of things. He was actually dealing with all the backlash. Of course, he had to go to E3 and he said that we thank you for all your feedback, and you made us better for it, and yada yada. Just damage control, of course. And of course, Killer Instinct was pretty much going into his second season. But here's the issue. There are some empty promises. I mean, I think this is another reason why that Phil Spencer decided not to show off games too early. I think there's a couple E3s that I can think of right there on the top of my head that showed off a few games that were supposed to come out, and a few ideas that were supposed to come out, but things actually changed, or it never came to be. First one is a new Phantom Dust. People saw it, they said, oh wow, that's going to be a new Phantom Dust, that's going to be amazing. Now here is the problem. When the developers of the new Phantom Dust asked for $4.3 million more to pour into the project, because they wanted to implement actual cards that you could be able to collect and scan through the Kinect, so you could be able to put into the game, so that way it created like a new revenue stream. Microsoft, and I believe it was I forgot what the guy's name is. He was the head of Windows, and he pretty much was holding on to the wallet of Xbox. He said no. He said no. We're not going to give you any more money. And because of that, they pulled from the project. Once they pulled from the project, then the project was pretty much done. There was no more of the Phantom Dust. Then, of course, I believe it was, I think it was Microsoft decided to come up with an idea of actually using the old code of the original Xbox version of Phantom Dust, and they took the raw data from that, and they said, oh well, they are able to implement the original code and create a Xbox One version, an updated version of Phantom Dust. Same thing also happened with a game that also Phil Spencer helped out with. Was I believe it was what was it called? Voodoo Vince. Voodoo Vince actually had a remake also. It's still available on Xbox One right now. It's a fun platform, by the way. I mean, you should definitely should give it a shot. It's pretty damn cool. I actually like the soundtrack too. It's pretty cool. So what happened? And exactly what happened. What happened to Xbox? With Fable, another one. What happened to Fable? Fable completely, went into oblivion. Especially when they put their beta out there. People were actually able to play the beta, and the beta was slow when it came to the updates. And the play times to be able to get on to play the game was so sporadic and out of place. It was unfair for the fact that you can't even choose the character that you really wanted to play as in each play session. It was horrible. I mean, it really was like a horrible experience. And the fact is that Microsoft, I think, got sick and tired of waiting because of all the money they poured into it, that they said, okay, well, they pulled the plug. They were done. Another one. Let's Play. Let's Play? Or, oh my gosh. The ones who did Max and the Person Brother. There was another one. There's another group. They actually got their doors shut because they actually had a few projects they were going to create, but and they get everybody a vote. They actually told the fans and said, oh, well, which game would you like us to make next? But that was like years later, and I guess Microsoft got a little fed up and said, okay, well, we feel like you guys aren't producing enough, and we are going to, we're going to stop funding, or we're just going to stop, shutting down altogether. And basically, that's what happened. They actually accepted the partnership, and then we went bye-bye. Of course, I mean, the game, they actually did source out their game, and Max and Curse of Brotherhood right now is available on PlayStation 4, and I think also on the Nintendo Switch and Steam. So you can be able to still play those games, play that game. And I think there's one of the games they sourced out, and I think is available right now. You might be able to see it. I forgot what it was called, but it was like like a vehicle you can actually transform and stuff like that. See, and that's the thing. And this is the thing that this is the problem that we have here. Also the exclusivity game. We're talking about like the Tomb Raider. Everyone remembers the Tomb Raider. When Rise of the Tomb Raider was announced, and I believe it was Phil. I think it was what do you call it? Phil Harrison. That was his name. Phil Harrison. Was up on that stage during Gamescom. I believe it was in 2014, and announcing the new Tomb Raider once again, and fans were outraged. They said, "Oh, why is this going to be exclusive on the Xbox?" Xbox could not stick with their guns. They could not commit. They cannot stick with the guns and say, yes, it's coming out only for the Xbox One. They did not put the company, Square Enix, in check. Crystal Dynamics, the ones who were creating the game, and then of course the publisher, who is Square Enix, did not follow the same memo. So when Square Enix was approached by the press, they said that, oh, well, it's a timed exclusive. It's gonna be available on the PlayStation 4 a year later. And that's when things really hit the fan. And it made a lot of Xbox gamers upset, because they were like, whoa, so wait, what happened? You know, what happened to our exclusives? Our exclusives are gone. People were starting to get upset. It's like, what is exclusive now? That is the reason why that people. This was actually the start of the downfall of exclusivity when it comes to Xbox. You know, everyone remembers what happened to Scalebound, another great game. You know, well, they don't know if it was going to be a great game because they decided to pull their funding from Platinum Games. Platinum Games spread themselves a little too thin. They needed vacation time, they needed downtime because it was stressful. They had about how many projects? About 4 or 5 different projects doing at the same time as the time they were doing Scalebound. And I guess what happened was during development that they was a stop and go type of thing. And they weren't able to finish the project in time. They needed more time. And I guess when Phil Spencer saw the development and what the game looked like, he was not pleased. And I guess that's what happened. I guess, long story short, they felt that, okay, well, you know what? I think maybe we should just cancel the project. It was going to be amazing. It was going to deal with dragons and, guys put on headphones and all that stuff. And the dragons could be able to, get commanded and be able to do destruction. You could be able to upgrade a dragon. You could be able to upgrade your character. Oh, man. It looked amazing. And you know what? Now it's never gonna be. Why? Because Microsoft wasn't patient. And of course, Microsoft, not Xbox. Microsoft was, they did, they actually had the reins on everything. They put more money into Windows and Surface and all that stuff. Xbox was pretty much the red-headed stepchild of the Microsoft divisions. And Phil Spencer, he was pretty much kind of like the butler. And he was doing all the cleanup. He was answering the doors. He was the one who pretty much gets things prepared, but he really could not do much else. And that is the reason why things went sour for the Xbox One X brand. Of course, years later they did reiterate the Xbox One with a sleeker, new design, thanks to I believe it was I forgot his name. He was a developer for Surface. He actually helped out and created the new design to the Xbox One with that white console, and actually implemented 4K visuals, in a Blu-ray drive, 4K drive actually. Ultra 4K drive, and that was pretty darn cool. It was great, and people were like, "Oh, this is a change around. It's great. Now there's no brick, there's no power brick," and that was another thing about that Xbox One power brick. Why? They should have done away with the power brick, but nope. Anyways, it was sleeker design, greater design, everything was great, but people were still considering about the games. What happens to the games? Killer Instinct actually had a new season. It was going to season 2, and season 3 was just pretty much around the corner. Iron Galaxy took over, from Double Helix. Double Helix actually went and worked for Google, and of course what happened with that. It's dealing with cloud gaming now, with its implementation of the new Stadia. Everyone knew that was coming. I mean, come on, there was no doubt in my mind that there was no coincidence at all. No coincidence. And then we go down to another thing. When it comes down to let's see, fast forwarding into when Phil got his new position as in an executive position, where he actually was pretty much the right-hand man of Satya Nadella. And so now he actually had the ability to get more funding. And now he actually got Matt Booty, who was the he was the head of Crystal Dynamics. I think it was Crystal Dynamics. And he had, he was helping out with getting the talent and for new studios, and the reorganization of the studios. So he actually became the new head of Xbox Game Studios. And don't get me wrong, that's all great and that's all well and good. I mean, he actually started to get the good graces from a lot of new devs, and so he actually were able to acquire a few new devs in the future, but it was actually a long time coming. Let's start at the very beginning. I mean, they got Compulsion Games, they got Ninja Theory. They actually created a new team called Initiative. Let's see what else they actually acquired Playground Games. Playground Games, who actually did a fantastic job with the Forza Horizon series. It was actually one of the top racing games of all time right now. They had things going for it, but the announcement of new exclusive games were not exclusive because they were spreading themselves a little thin. They actually wanted to get into the PC market too. The Play Anywhere started off, I guess, it didn't really start that well. I mean, they were trying to implement it, but it was a failure because the Windows Store was a mess. It didn't work well. Downloading games didn't work well. The implementation of the Play Anywhere didn't work at all. Not a lot of people were downloading the game, so it didn't get enough traffic. And also when it comes to updating, oh my gosh, it's atrocious. That's my opinion, but it's a truth. So where do we go from here? What do we do? What should Xbox do? They got the Game Pass going on right now. They're putting all their information, their concentration on Xbox Game Pass. Now they have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which actually puts emphasis on not just Xbox One, but also PC. They have their own version, of course. So you get some PC exclusives, and you also get some Xbox One exclusives as well. And then you also have the xCloud, which is supposed to be coming out very soon, very shortly. I think they have a public beta coming up in, I believe, October of this year. And then you have these past two E3s where confusion really settles in, because Xbox One had Xbox One S and also Xbox One X announced pretty much each consecutive year the past couple of years. I think it was like a year ago and another year before that, with Project Scorpion, and of course with the Xbox One X, the world's most powerful console. Everyone was getting excited, but people were also upset because they don't have games to implement the power of the console. Obviously, all the Xbox executives, including Phil Spencer himself, said, "Hey, you know what? We really need to cater to our third parties, and we need to, we'll implement the power to their games." And then, of course, the backwards compatibility, which was another great feature that was added, I believe it was like 3 years ago. People love that, so you can be able to play classic 360, and of course they also threw in original Xbox games as well. And that. You know what? That's a fantastic feature. I mean, backwards compatibility is so important. But wait, didn't they say that's it? Yeah, really. That doesn't mean people actually would like to see some new exclusives, not just classic ones, but new exclusives as well. It'd be nice. I think, Xbox, an Xbox team has lost their way, in a span of a couple years, really. I was thinking it all started in 2017, to be honest with you, and I started to see the decline of why, they decided that exclusives, like having exclusive deals and stuff like that don't really matter. And it shouldn't really matter about how many consoles you sell. It's about the player base. It's about who is playing your games. That's where the metric comes in. And I'm saying to myself, I said, wait a minute, you telling me that you don't want to sell more consoles to get more gamers to actually play your games? Isn't that kind of ridiculous? I find it very silly to come up with an idea that console sales should not matter. Well, obviously they thwarted that idea, because look at Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4. Sold over 9 million units, okay, in the span of about a year and a half, ever since its launch. And that doesn't include the bundles, and the bundles actually sold very well too. It sold consoles. So you're telling me that exclusives don't really matter? Yeah, it does. But it also means that good exclusives really, really matter. The exclusives have to be good. And I just feel that some of the teams over at Xbox, no offense, don't put enough effort into the games. Oh, this is our vision. This is our vision. We want to make sure that we get the game out and we have enough people to play the game, and it shouldn't be about graphics and yada yada. And I said to myself, I said, hey, yeah, actually, it does matter. It does matter because you have to have a game that's compelling enough to play. You can't just throw a game together and think that people are just gonna jump on it and play it. It doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. I am a little disappointed in how the Xbox team executes these things. Now, I mean, let's go down the list of things that Xbox, like the Xbox team should be thinking about. I mean, let's be real, okay? A few things. Xbox players, your base matters a lot to the basically to the interim and of your console life. Basically, your brand. The ones who created your brand, the ones who actually stuck by you through and through when things were going sour for the Xbox brand. I mean, seriously. I mean, and what makes it unfair to us about how that the Xbox branding and of course their advertising. I mean, advertising is horrible too. I mean, let's just get real. I'm not gonna call out anybody. I'm not gonna do any name shouting or anything like that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not that kind of guy. But the marketing team needs to really start waking up, and also Microsoft and the Xbox team needs to start, pouring some money into marketing, because marketing matters a lot too. Look, people, some people don't know about Crackdown 3. And gee, I wonder why. There was no market. There was zero marketing for it. Gears 5 is coming up. There is zero marketing for it. Zero. None. No commercials, no nothing. No hype. Yeah, granted, we got this test that happened this weekend, but no hype. Nothing to say, hey, we got some amazing games coming out and you guys could check it out and you guys gotta put the pre-order in. Nope. None of that. Here's a few things that Sony does get right though. I mean, and I hate to throw comparisons out, but let's just do that. Let's do this. Okay. When it comes down to the base, Sony has it down pat. They really go out of their way to make sure that their fans are taken care of. When it comes down to the games, when it comes down to the advertising, when it comes down to everything about Sony, Sony Gaming and the PlayStation brand in general, they are on it. You have their fan base, you have what they like, the fact that they said that we are going to cater to the hardcore gamers, the niche gamers. That's our base. That's our base, right? Some people saying, oh, that's the wrong way to think about it. Well, you know what? I think there's a lie. It is the right way to think about it. It is. You know why? Because that's the one that actually built your brand. Those are the ones that actually created you. The ones who actually put the thousands of dollars into your console, who actually sat in line and waited in the cold, blistering cold, for your next new game. Those are the ones you need to cater to. Not the casuals, not the ones who actually are just the passerby and everything say, oh, that looks interesting kind of. No. It's the ones who really care, the ones who actually really want to play the next game, who wants to play the next Halo, who wants to get into the new Fable, who's interested, who actually watches the E3, who comes to the fan fests. Those are the ones you need to cater to. You know, those are the ones. Not the casuals, not the ones who actually decided to bump into the channel, you know, not the ones who decides to pick up their phone and all of a sudden they see a certain advertisement for a new game. That's not who you want to cater to. Yeah, granted, you know, it's nice to have them, but you know who the real influencers are? There's the ones who actually spend the money. The ones who actually spend the money on your stuff. Those are the ones you need to really cater to. I don't understand where their marketing education actually came from. I mean, or how they lost it. I mean, being honest with you, what happened? I mean, how did it ever get to this point where gaming, we're now the Xbox brand, got scared, they got scared stupid. Why? I mean, how? It doesn't make any sense. How did fear get involved? How did they lose their way when it came down to it? Now it's like, oh, I don't want to show games. I don't want to show games 2 or 3 years out. So when are you gonna show them? The year of? Okay, well that didn't work out for you. Why? Because there wasn't enough games. Okay, it's not enough games. You actually just sit right there and you're talking about, oh, well, let's wait until next year. Let's wait until next E3. A lot of fans actually said that a lot. Oh, let's wait until the next E3. Let's wait until the next E3. Oh, yeah. Well, that sounds all great. But you know what? We've been doing that for the past, 3 years? Let's wait until the next E3. Let's wait until the next E3. Okay. I think people are a little sick of that. People want, okay, what have you done for me lately? That's what it is. People want the now. People want new games now. People want new features now. People want it now. People who have the Xbox One now want results. They want results. But you haven't been given it, man. Why? I don't understand why you're so the Xbox brand is so afraid to really take the risk, take the plunge, and say, okay, let's go all out. Oh, we're gonna go all out this E3. Who are you catering to, bro? You have all these third-party games, and you're showing off all these games on your platform. Great, but who you advertising for? You're advertising for the developers, yeah. But people who have a PlayStation 4, you know what they're gonna do? They're not gonna buy it on your platform. They're gonna play it in your ecosystem. No, they're gonna play it on the platform of their choice, which is the PlayStation 4. So where's your exclusives, bro? Where are the games that define your console? Where is your Crimson Skies? Where is your MechaSoul? Where is your where is your your a togi. You know, where is it? You know, we're. I mean, Sunset Overdrive was another great game, but that went, you know, it went the way of the dodo because there was, number one, not enough advertising. People call it average. It wasn't an average game. It actually was pretty fun. People didn't really give it a chance. No one gave it a chance. But the problem was another thing. I think the reason why is because the online multiplayer. There was no online multiplayer. The online multiplayer was what? They put you in this arena where you don't really pit against each other or anything like that. You actually just sit around, and, you know, and you wait until you get into this booth, and then you actually do what you call a raid or whatever it is. I forgot what it is. Where you protect the vat of what do you call it? Overdrive. That's it, dude. Are you kidding me? I mean, it was fun for a little while, but where they should have added. See, that's the thing. That's the reason why people wanted a sequel. See, I guess you guys misunderstood exactly what we wanted. We actually wanted a sequel that implemented a 4-player, just like the trailer. Remember the trailer? If you actually saw the trailer for 2013, the 2013 trailer. I mean, the disaster, you know, year anyway. But the trailer that Ted Price showed on the stage, you remember that? You know, and it showed a concept, and it showed him doing like some cool moves and everything, like jumping on the table and turning it into a skateboard, and then sliding across and everything, and then doing these chains and being able to jump on and linking, and then all of a sudden you see other players actually going against the the OD, you know, and and then of course you know, dude, that would have been sick. That right there, implemented, would have been amazing. But no. You gave up on the brand. You didn't really want to put the funding in, and of course, now Insomniac is actually back with Sony, and they created an amazing game called Amazing Spider-Man. It sold 9 million units, and and now Sony, probably thinking about, purchasing them, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them one bit. But this is what you get. These are the things that actually put you in your rut, because you are not, you're thinking out, trying to think outside the box, and you don't want to take the risk. You don't want to jump into the fire. You don't want to feel the burn. It takes pressure to create a diamond. Without pressure, you won't shine. You want to stay a lump of coal? Keep on doing what you do. Keep on sitting around everything and beating around the bush. Keep on trying to avoid the crowds. Keep on trying to cower yourself away from all that stuff. Stay away from it. Go ahead. Just do that. See how successful you actually are. You are doing it wrong. Well, that's all I had to say about that. That's my video. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. I want you to please hit that like button if you actually liked what you heard. Subscribe to my channel, and also hit the bell notification so you find out about my new content. On a weekly basis. I'm actually going to try to do more. Unfortunately, like when it comes down to time, I actually work overnight hours at my job, and I get tired, and it's frustrating. And I actually try to make time for everything. I was supposed to do a stream tonight, and obviously, a lot of things just didn't. Nothing shakes out. Plans happen, things come, plans go. Things happen, but. I'm doing the best I can. I'm actually going to keep on going with it. I mean, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes a lot of effort. And once I get better at it, trust me, the games and of course the shows are going to shine. If you actually please just jump to my Patreon, I think help me out a little bit. More money to put into this show, I will implement it. I'll be able to give you more content, better content. I'm all for it. This is all for you guys, not for me. All for you guys. So, anyways, this is Tolerance HUD Xero. And remember, you won't know where you're going if you don't know where you came from. Game on.